Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the News on Map series. I hope you have watched our previous episodes to know how we cover the places that have been in the news from the help of maps. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment, which talks about keeping in mind the Himalayan relief on the map of South Asia. An arc is formed by joining North India, Nepal and Northeast India. Which mountain or hill peaks might not be a part of it? So this is the question that we are going to solve. And these are the many options: 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢, Jaintia and Bareil range. So let's have a look on the map first so that you can understand. Now it asks us to make an arc joining the Himalayas, Nepal and Northeast India. So the arc actually follows this path basically. Right? Like this. And it just is a semicircle, right? That we have to make. So which of the following options that we talked about there do not get engulfed in that arc? So let's draw a map. Let's draw an arc. So this is the proper arc that we are going to find. Okay? Like this. Okay? So as you see, this is going through this and covering this much area, then till here. So this particular arc is, of course, going through Makalu, and here Annapurna is also there. Annapurna was not in the options. Kamet is there, and you see Garo is there, but Jaintia is not there. And here is Jaintia is out of it, and here is Bareil range, okay, in Assam. So Bareil range and Jaintia fall out of the arc. The correct answer should be 3 and 4. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 is option D. Option D is the correct answer over here. Okay, let's move on and talk about our next question. Before that, let's know the news. Russia-Ukrainian war has been ongoing since the past 7 to 8 days. And that is a cause of concern because since 24th of February, the world is in a turmoil, and these two countries, these are the world's largest wheat producers. They are in a state of war. And both the countries are among the top 5 exporters of wheat as well. So, this information for prelims. Then countries like Egypt import most of the world's wheat, and that is from here. And in such a situation, stopping the supply of wheat amidst the war will affect these countries as well. So, food security will be a problem. The question with respect to is this particular information is, which of the following represents almost the same climate vegetation area? Eurasian steppes, prairies, wells, downs, Manchuria plains. Then we have chaparral, maki, littoral Mediterranean shrub region and the Sahel. Then we have vegetation zone, Gulf type, Pampas and Pustas, Compass, Congo Basin region, Amazon Basin region, Siberian region. Even if you have a bit of information about temperate grassland, you will be easily answering this question. Because the first pair, as you see, Eurasian steppes, prairies, wells, downs, Manchuria plains, also Pampas and Pustas, they are temperate grasslands. What are they? Temperate grasslands. So temperate grasslands are formed in the continental areas, inside the continents, and they are treeless, okay? They do not have any trees, so that is why they are known as treeless. And they are formed in the belt where westerlies flow. So wherever westerlies flow, we know that not a lot of moisture is carried. That is why whatever vegetation could be found here are grass. That is why they are known as grasslands. They are known as pustas in Hungary, steppes in Eurasian region, and it goes from the Black Sea. If we talk about in Eurasia, it goes from the Black Sea region to the Altai Mountains until there. Then it is known as Pampas in South America, specifically if we talk about Argentina. So let's talk about more of the next question that we are going to discuss. Amidst the Ukrainian war, the Indian government is trying to evacuate Indian students' safety from Ukraine's western neighboring countries under Operation Ganga. So many flight companies such as Air India, Indigo, SpiceJet, also IAF, Indian Air Force is a part of it, and many students have been brought back. Still there are many students, at least one more student after Naveen SG, one more student was shot in Kiev. So you can see this problem is there. And the question is, the Danube River is the second largest river on the continent of Europe, which is originating from the Black Forest mountain, and that is in Germany. Another important question, another important understanding for you from the perspective of prelims. The river travels about 2800 kilometers towards the southeast with different meanders. Meanders mean like this, okay, and falls into the Black Sea. The main flow of the river, it comes from 10 European countries, and the special thing is that the capital of many countries are situated on the banks of it. So we have to see which of the following countries do not have their capital situated at the banks of river Danube. So let's see, where is river Danube first of all. Here you can see there is the river Danube. This is the smaller version, micro version. And if we can talk about the larger version, it originates from Germany, right? From the origin, it goes meandering and it has many tributaries, you can see. And many important countries have their capitals situated at it, right? So it will go meandering, making its fall into the Black Sea over here. Okay, so we have to see which of the following countries do not have their, capitals at the bank. So we have first pair, Austria, Hungary, Serbia. Where is Austria's capital? Austria's capital is Vienna. Okay, let's find Vienna. This is Austria. Okay, and the capital here is Vienna. It is on the Danube River. So first pair is obviously incorrect. Then we have Romania, Ukraine, Croatia and Moldova. Even if you can find one of the pairs correctly matched, one of the countries not having their capitals at the Danube River, banks of Danube River, you will be easily able to answer this question. Then we have Ukraine. Ukraine's capital is at Kiev, which is not at the borders of or the banks of Danube River, that is for sure. Then we have, next one was, of course, Romania, Croatia, Moldova. So you see, Croatia has its capital at Zagreb, which is also not at the banks of Danube. Then, as you see, we have our answer over here. Romania, Ukraine, Croatia and Moldova. These countries do not have a border with at the banks of Danube River. Okay. So, here you can also find by your own atlas the different cities, because we have paucity of time and also we have to make this interesting. So that is why I am leaving it as a homework to you, okay? Finding the capitals of another regions. Now, in order to weaken Russia, Turkey may close its strategic sea routes using the Montreux Convention in a few days. Do read about Montreux Convention. We have covered it in one of the series on our YouTube channel as well. Do cover it. Question: if for any reason the road to the Bosphorus Strait is blocked, then which two regions will be there whose shipping routes will be cut off? So let's see. First, where is Bosphorus Strait? This is Bosphorus Strait and it joins Black Sea to the Mediterranean Sea through the Sea of Marmara. Okay, and this is the Dardanelles Strait here, and this joins Sea of Marmara with the Asian Sea in Mediterranean Sea. So you can see, if Bosphorus Strait is closed, then it has already been closed. If this gets closed, what will happen? It is the only region, it is a 32-kilometer region, natural strait, which joins Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea through Sea of Marmara and then Asian Sea. And Bosphorus Strait and Dardanelles, these are controlled by Turkey. Okay, so these are known as the Straits of Turkey as well. And this is very strategically important. So that is why it has been closed. So the correct answer should be Mediterranean Sea and, let's see, where is it? Mediterranean Sea and Black Sea. Yeah. So option D is the correct answer over here. Okay, let's move forward and talk about our next one. The US recently withdrew the tag of Colombia's rebel Group FARC, a foreign terrorist organization of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. So we have to see this question, which of the following South American countries is adjacent to both Atlantic and Pacific Ocean? Ecuador, Suriname, Colombia, Venezuela. Let's see. So Colombia, then Venezuela, here is Suriname, and then one more was there. So Ecuador is lying at the Pacific, okay. Then we have Suriname at the Atlantic. Then we have Venezuela at the Atlantic but not at the Pacific. Colombia at the Atlantic as well and at the Pacific as well. So the correct answer should be Colombia. That is option C. Okay. Let's move forward and talk about our next question. Before that, let's know why we are asking about the question, why we are asking you this question. Death toll due to landslides and floods in Brazil has crossed 200. So we have to consider the following pairs. We have to match the geographical area with the location. Okay. Madeira Basin, South America. Drava Basin at the US. Mississippi, Missouri Basin at Middle Eastern Europe. Okay. So let's see, where is Madeira Basin? Madeira Basin is actually, Madeira is a river of Amazon and it is very prominent in South America. So the first answer, first pair is correctly matched. Okay. Drava Basin is not in the US. Why? Because Drava is the fourth largest. If we can talk about here, it is a tributary of Danube river. So here is Drava. I just found Drava here. Okay. This is the Danube and here is, yeah, in Hungary. It is there, Drava Basin. The country of Hungary has the basin of Drava. So here it was written US, right? This is incorrect. Then Mississippi, Missouri Basin. Mississippi and Missouri, they both belonged to US and not Middle Eastern Europe. That is for sure. Let's see. Mississippi, a very important river, and Missouri, a very important river. And this river goes to Gulf of Mexico. Okay, Missouri here. You can see this is Gulf of Mexico. Okay. So third pair is also not correctly matched and you can see. So through here as well, Mississippi and Missouri, you can see how they are going into Gulf of Mexico. Okay, let's move forward. But before that, let's answer this question. Option, yes, only one is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer here. Moving on to the next question. So next question goes like, recently Kashmiri stags were seen in a large herd in the Chigam National Park in Jammu and Kashmir, and these are locally called hangul. Okay. So which of the following protected areas are located in Jammu and Kashmir, the Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir? Jasrota Wildlife Sanctuary, the Chigam Wildlife Sanctuary, Karakoram Wildlife Sanctuary, Himis National Park and 𝐾𝐫𝐲𝐿 National Park. So let's see. This is the map that we have brought to you. As you can see, 𝐾𝐫𝐲𝐿 National Park is in Jammu and Kashmir, that is for sure, and it lies in the 𝐾𝐫𝐲𝐿 district. Then if we talk about the Chigam National Park, that is also in, if we have the knowledge enough, the Chigam National Park is in Jammu and Kashmir, that is also correct. Dachigam means 10 villages, so Dachi Gram, okay. So this is also in Jammu and Kashmir. And Jasrota is just a few kilometers from Jammu, that is also in Jammu and Kashmir, okay. And then 𝐾𝐫𝐲𝐿, as I told you, yes. If we talk about Karakoram and Himis National Park, these are in Ladakh and not here, okay. And remember that Jasrota lies at the 𝐾𝐲𝐿 river, okay. It lies at the 𝐾𝐲𝐿 river. Alright. So 1, 2 and 5 are going to be the correct one. Option A is the correct answer over here, okay. Let's move forward and talk about the next question, which before we talk about the question, let's know the reason. Residents around Mudumalai and Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve can be shifted elsewhere, and a committee has been formed on this following a Madras High Court verdict. So we have to see that with reference to Tiger Reserve in India, we have to consider the following statements. Satyamangalam and Mudumalai Tiger Reserve are located in the south of Annamalai Tiger Reserve. All three tiger reserves are in Tamil Nadu, keep that in mind. The Amrabad Tiger Reserve is located just north of the Krishna River, and all tiger reserves of Rajasthan are located to the west of Aravalli range. Okay, so let's begin with our seeing where is it on the map. Okay, let's see. Now, as I told you, Satyamangalam, Muddumalai, and one more was there, right? Annamalai. These three belong to Tamil Nadu. So they say that these are Satyamangalam and Muddumalai are in the south, to the south of Annamalai, which is not correct because Muddumalai and Satyamangalam, they are at the north of Annamalai. Muddumalai and Satyamangalam. Okay, so first statement is not correct. Next, we have Amrabad Tiger Reserve, which is in Telangana. Yes, that is for sure that it is situated at the north of Krishna River, Amrabad Tiger Reserve. Okay, so second statement is correct, first is not. Then we have all tiger reserves of Rajasthan, they are on the west of Aravallis, which is also not true because if we talk about Aravallis in Rajasthan, they go like this. And this is the western region, this is the eastern region. Ranthambore, Sariska, these all are situated on the east of Aravallis. So, this is not correct. Okay. First and third statement, these are not correct. Second is correct. The correct answer would be option B. That is 2 only. Alright. Moving on. Let's talk about the next question. We have to see negotiations on the Indus River water treaty between India and Pakistan were concluded recently. And we have covered one of the questions related to this in our TGK as well. So we have to consider the pairs. We have to match the doabs with the river. Sindh-Sagar doab between Indus and Chenab, Rechna between Chenab and Ravi, 𝐾𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 between Jhelum and Sindhu, and Twist between Bias and Satluj. So let's see. Okay, before we move on, just keep some things in mind that try to make pairs like Ravi and Chenab. So Rechna. Okay, then we have Jhelum and Chenab. Okay, J-E Jhelum, C-H Chenab. Bias is Beas and Satluj. That is for sure. B for Bias, S-T for Satluj. Okay, Sindh-Sagar doab is not between Indus and Chenab. This is not correct. So we have 2 and 4. These are correctly matched. Just a shortcut we can say. 2 and 4 is the correct answer. But let's see. You can see what are the doabs. So Sindh-Sagar doab between Jhelum and Indus. Okay. Jhelum and Indus. Then between Jhelum and Chenab, we have JH doab. JH, Jhelum, J-E, Chenab like this. So between Chenab and Ravi, we have Rechna. See, R, Ravi, C-H-E, Chenab, Rechna. Okay. And then between Ravi and we have Bias River, we have Badi doab. Okay. So this is the way that we are going to cover. Let's move forward and talk about the next one. Which of the following rivers are a part of the Indus water basin? Kabul, Gilgit, Zaskar, Zob. Let's see. Indus river basin. Here is Indus river basin. So Gilgit, yes, this is the river Indus. From here, it is going and draining away in the Arabian Sea. So yes, Gilgit here, Gilgit is there. Then we have Zaskar, right? Zanskar is also there. Then we also had, I guess, Zob. Yeah. Zob is also there and one more was asked, right? Kabul. Yes, Kabul is also a part of it. Okay. So there is Kabul. Okay. All are correct. All are a part of Indus river basin. So D is the correct answer over here. Let's move forward and talk about our next question. Local people have taken initiative for the conservation of Iramatti Dibbalu. Okay. A geological site near Vishakhapatnam. So that's in Andhra Pradesh. Yes, you can see we have to match the pairs with the state, geological site with the state. So Iramatti Dibbalu, Andhra Pradesh, Varkala Cliff section, Kerala, Bar conglomerate in Rajasthan, and Mamluh caves in Meghalaya. Yes, actually all are correctly matched. Iramatti Dibbalu is actually a red sandstone, basically red soil, geological site we can say, and it belongs to Cenozoic era in the Pleistocene age. So this is correct. Okay. Then we have Varkala cliff section, right? Yeah, Varkala is in Kerala. That is for sure. This is also from the Pleistocene period. Okay, this is a cliff and it's basically an oceanic region. The cliff is near the oceanic region. This is also correct. Okay. Bar conglomerate is a conglomerate in Rajasthan which is made of schist, mica, gneiss. So this is also correct. Alright. You can see from the map over here, Rajasthan. So the third pair is also correctly matched. And Mamlu caves, very famously, they are in Manipur, one of the deepest and longest caves of Meghalaya and India. And of course, the stalagmites over there are very important for us to study from the perspective of prelims. Do study about that. So all are correct. Option D is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the practice question for the next segment. Okay. So look at the rivers of South India on the map of India, of course. Suppose that if a person has to go up to the Bay of Bengal with the help of a river, then which river will he prefer over the other three, taking into account almost the direct flow, low and small meanders and less direction change? Pennar, Krishna, Godavari and Kaveri. So keep this bracket in mind. Okay. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment of another series. Till then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.